We don't have a lot in our.
All right, we'll spell it all phonetically from now on.
I did that with one of the guys' names here.
Okay, we'll get to it.
She lambasted the Adele.
I love
the
Adele.
British
You ever
pop
heard Adele?
singer Adele.
I heard it for her, and I
Voice like
great pipes
she has great pipes.
and lungs too.
Oh, she's a good singer. Yes.
and lungs too.
Rivers.
Lungs, too. Would only work if she was a pipe smoker. What? Okay, good.
Anyway, Joan Rivers, she called Adele, who's 24 years old, chubby, while visiting David Letterman on The Late Show.
Oh.
And wisecracked. She sang live and said, my throat, I don't know if I can swallow. And I said, oh, you can swallow.
Oh, come on.
What is her song? Rolling in the Deep? She should add fried chicken.
This is what she said on Letterman?
This is what Joan Rivers said on Letterman about Adele. Rivers didn't back down from her comments, though she revealed Adele confronted her about it. She's a chubby lady who's...
Okay, I don't want to hear any more of this. Because Adele is one of my most favorite people.
Really?
Well, she's talented, she's rich, and she's almost as fat as me. I'm a big fat guy now. I don't want to be seen with thin ladies, then people will think it's... But, look, I know it's wrong to objectify women. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
But in our sexual fantasies, I think we do, as men, objectify women, don't we? I always think of Adele, like down on her hands and knees with an apple in her mouth.
So, but that's better?
Better than what?
That's objectifying her.
Yes, I'm saying I think we do that as men.
Okay.
We objectify women, don't we?
Yeah.
What? Don't we? I like Adele. Is there anything wrong with that?
Hey, I like the ladies.
I like Adele. I like a woman who knows her way around a funnel cake.
I thought the joke was...
What about Josie?
How about the joke should be, Adele is mad at Joan Rivers and crushed her. Tipped over and fell on her. Hey, don't mention that name.
I would love to see Adele in concert.
Oh, I thought that was a sexual...
Oh, no. I'd also love to see her on my toilet eating a Reuben.
No, I like chunky women because they're accessible. I don't have crushes. Oh, the Playboy centerfold. Ooh. I like to fantasize someone either I've been with or who tells me they're wet.
Kathy Griffin.
And they're fat.
Yes, because
So you're like me, but you're thin still.
I got a gut.
You got a gut, isn't it weird? Because I used to be thinner than... I'm not thinner than you, but about the same.
I know, we never thought we'd go, is this fat-free? Or Well, I was so skinny growing up, not a joke, but I used to want to go to... My fantasy was I'd go to sleepaway camp, be 300 pounds, and no one would recognize me. It's really sucked being skinny. It was no joke. I'm being serious.
Maybe if you're thin, that's why you're attracted sometimes to fat women.
No, you know what the thing is? Now it's cool to be thin. You're a brooding, Rick Ocasek animator. Yeah, you have your head. You know what I mean. Now it's cool.
Nowadays, it's cool to Rick Ocasek.
Still hip.
I'm like this dad who he's 60 but he thinks he knows references. I could mix it up with the kids. I know Marilyn Manson and I know about anime.
Holy shit. Your dad knows about anime?
No. My friend who's 60.
I went to see an Adele concert.
And there was only room for 3 people in the back.
Oh, come on.
Meaning she takes up the... No, But that's what he does. He makes shocks outrage and then he does fat jokes.
No, I'm not doing fat jokes.
Well, he genuinely would like to see
all I said was I went to see an Adele concert.
Oh.
And what's the joke?
There's no joke. It was disappointing.
Oh.
Why?
Because she sang a song and the concert immediately stopped.
Why? Because of the occupancy limit?
That
was one of my
thrills. It's not over until when the fat lady sings, I think.
I thought it could be 80 or more people is dangerous and unlawful. And I thought, meaning she took up 80 of them.
You are something else. I thought I got fired. I used to work for Otis Elevator Company. You ever hear of that?
Yes.
Otis Elevator Company?
Yeah.
Ever hear of that company?
Never.
Did you hear?
You've never heard of the Otis Elevator Company? Are you serious?
I used to do a joke. I tried doing stand-up
the biggest elevator.
When I was 17. I go, my name is Fred Stoller. If you never heard of the name, you're deaf because I just said it.
That's a good joke.
Thank you.
But the Otis Elevator Company, because a lot of us comics started as copywriters for ad agencies.
What?
Copywriters for ad
Oh, the
agencies.
dyslexic Yoo-hoo joke or noodles? Is that a joke? Yeah.
Yes. So my first account was the Otis Elevator Company, which I thought was the most famous elevator company in the world. I can't believe Adam Egan's never heard of it.
How can you not believe that?
Well, he's
I've
a
never
young
heard of
kid.
it.
Now they have real elevators where you press buttons. As
Oh, right.
opposed to
Oh, so this is again going up?
Yeah.
What for, sir?
Yeah.
So Otis Elevator Company, this was I don't know why, I still don't know why they didn't accept my submission. They fired me the next day. I said, Otis Elevators, they'll never let you down.
Oh, I thought the joke was you proofread the word Otis. Like my joke was to proofread M&Ms. One of those jokes.
Well, we always do the birthdays. You want to hear the birthdays?
I'd love to.
Celebrating April 8th birthdays, Dutch singer Anouk turns 37. Former UN Secretary General Kofi Annan, 75. People are living to be very old nowadays. Patricia Arquette is 45. The legendary comedian Shecky Green.
Wow, he's
Love Shecky Green. How old do you think Shecky Green is?
76.
87.
Whoa.
I would have been with you, because I thought he was a little younger than the other ones. But anyways, happy birthday, Shecky. Everybody loves Shecky Green. He'd be great to have on the show.
Oh, fantastic. Let's put him on the list.
Former First Lady Betty Ford would have been a sober 95, I like to think, today, if she was alive. And Albert Fish was born on this day in New York City in 1870.
Do you know the obituaries is concerning me? I'm a little worried because people are dying in alphabetical order.
Who the fuck is Albert Fish?
What?
Who the fuck is Albert Fish?
Oh, Albert Fish?
I've never heard of that guy.
He was known as the Gray Man.
The Grain Man?
The Gray
the
Man.
Grain.
The werewolf of Wisteria.
I
You know why he was known as the Gray Man? Because he was a serial killer. He slayed children and ate them. He's a cannibal. But when the police asked a woman to describe him, and she said he was gray in both appearances and demeanor. Very bad description. For
this
the
is like
police.
Arsenio when it was woo.
Yeah, ooh.
Well,
But
I'm
anyways,
pretending I know who Albert Gray is. I didn't.
no, Albert Fish.
Oh.
You're a New Yorker. So anyways, he was a child rapist and cannibal, as I explained.
When he's a child
Jesus
rapist, you try not to
Christ.
laugh when he looks at you.
Oh,
There's
come
something
on, man. It's not
I
funny.
know it's not, but I know you want people to laugh. When
But
you say
Fish boasted that he had children in every state. Now, I would not boast about that. I don't think you would. I don't think you'd do it. But if you did do it, you certainly wouldn't boast about
Not
it.
at all, sir.
You'd take that to the grave with you. But he boasted.
Well, they say they
Anyways.
eventually all
Jesus.
sing like a canary
They do say that?
about murderers, right?
yeah,
they brag to a friend.
Caught,
When Norm bragged, sorry.
But Fish, this is interesting. Fish chose his victims. He only chose victims who were either mentally handicapped. Now, don't laugh at this next part, please.
But you know he wants you to, right?
No. If you laugh at this next part.
Okay, and I'm not going
Fish
to drink
chose
water.
victims who were either mentally handicapped or African American. Oh, come on. Why would you think that's funny? God damn, Fred. Jesus Christ, that was the worst part of the story. Okay, but why do you think he did that? What would be the explanation? Why would he only attack? Why would his victims that he chose only be either mentally handicapped or African Americans?
Because people in those days didn't care when those people were vanished.
You're
right.
thinking like
Right.
Albert Fish now.
And prostitutes, that's why they kill
That's right.
prostitutes.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's
Nobody
right.
really cares
Nope.
about prostitutes.
Well, it's like that comedian that would rape people at comedy in colleges.
Yes, Vince Champ.
They
friend
always said his great gimmick was that people would think who did it, and they never, because he'd go on to another town and another college, but
Yeah.
when people say, what about the comic?
Yeah. Maybe the worst gimmick a comic ever had. But anyways, but you were exactly right. That's why Albert Fish killed only mentally handicapped and African Americans.
What about, okay.
I thought you'd laugh at African Americans again, that they were.
No, because I know him. I know he'll do something. That's outrageous. How
Well, it's
dare
kind of
you?
outrageous for you. But anyways, Fish tortured, mutilated, and murdered the youngsters. They were children. With a meat cleaver, a butcher knife, and a small hand saw. God, you.
This is the topical portion?
Yeah.
This is the birthday.
And then he solidified his reputation as the most vicious child slayer in criminal history.
Oh,
Though
you know who
barely
was?
literate, Fish wrote taunting letters to the parents of his victims, gruesomely detailing
Jesus.
how he slayed, butchered, cooked, and then with great enjoyment dined on their offspring. He would inevitably declare that a child's roasted rump was the most toothsome dish in all of gastronomy. Additionally, Fish was a masochist, get this, and he would insert wool doused with lighter fluid into his own anus and set it alight for his own enjoyment. Fish was finally arrested, and he immediately began confessing to killing 700 children.
Get out of here.
Yes, and he was dizzyingly happy about it. Smiled as he described the grisly details of the tortures and the murders, appearing to the detectives. And one of the detectives said he appeared as the devil himself. I mean, this guy was a real jerk.
Now I know there was no Albert Fish. Because I would have heard about that.
700.
Okay, so we don't have much time left, so it's time for jokes. Here you go, Fred. You can read a joke.
I've become this guy.
This way, but don't read ahead. Nothing's going to be bad.
Okay.
But I'm saying we had Tom Green last week, so we said, because this is also an audio podcast on iTunes. And we said, here, Tom, read a joke. And then he read it
I
silently.
listened to both your podcasts.
Oh, you have?
And you've been very nice, but I'm not the first person. I'm the first guy that you're not in awe with that's not a pioneer. He was getting a lot of praise from people.
I did tell you how much I enjoyed
Okay,
your
no,
stand-up.
he's a good guy, real good guy.
I really appreciate it.
But this is you get jokes. You get to read jokes that you don't have to prepare.
Okay, so don't read ahead.
Don't read ahead, just read right out.
Former porn star Janet Jameson was arrested this weekend after allegedly assaulting someone. This may be the most damaging thing that happened to her image since her 16-year career in pornography. 16, not 6.
Why did the moron throw the clock out the window?
Why?
Because it reminded him of Richard Clock, the man convicted of